Hi guys, this is Jackie from techjackie.com and welcome to another video on SEO. In today's video, I would like to discuss about one small topic with regards to site structure and how you organize your site. You see, site structure may not seem important to you at first glance, but it's actually one of the most important thing that you need to do with regards to your technical SEO, right? So first of all, what I mean by site structure is how you organize your website or your content, overall, starting from, the fundamentals, that is your home page, up to the most inner pages on your site, or the last page, right? The deepest level of your site. So what you need to keep in mind is what we call as ideal site structure, or the site structure which Google loves, right? And this is the diagram which pretty much represents the ideal site structure, or the type of structure of the website that you should be following, whether you're in, let's say, e-commerce website, or any niche website, blogs, whatever website you're in. This is a perfect ideal site structure that you need to follow, right? So starting off from your home page, right? This is where the where everyone will like comes to your website, right? So basically your homepage is like a window of your website, and then it further needs to be divided into big categories, or big piece of content, or important part, right? And that is called a level 2 um, site structure. So as you can see here, right, the is represented by the red, or the orange type circles here, right? This could be a categories, right? Like if you're running an e-commerce website, for example, it could be your categories. Or if you're a blog website, and it could be a category, or it could be an important content, right? Like let's say if you're running a digital marketing website, this could be the SEO, right, article, or it could be SEO category, right? If it's an SEO article, then it would represent like uh, let's say an SEO guide, for example, right? Then this can be something like social media marketing guide. This can be something like SEM guide, right? Hope you're getting the point here. It would represent the most important content which your site would have, right, with regards to its own categories, right? So suppose look at this part, right? So this would be represent SEO part, right? So this could either be SEO category or SEO article, right? Let's say SEO guide. And then you would have some supporting content, right, or other related content, with regards to the topic, right? So this would um, like so here we're reaching the third level, right, of the site structure. So this could be something like, let's say, how to build backlinks, right? Local SEO for beginners. Or this could be something like, let's say, uh, how to create quality content, so etc etc. Hope you're getting the point. So this would represent other articles, or content which would fall under SEO categories, right, or are related to SEO in general, right, which is represented by either SEO category, which with this red circle represents, or the one SEO content, right? And the reason why we separate them into this type of structure is because for them to in order to create relevancy and distribute the authority throughout the website equally, right? So for example, if this were to be your SEO guide, right, then this would be, let's say, 15,000 words article, right? Then you would naturally acquire the maximum amount of links to this particular piece of content, right? So this is generally what it would be, right? Like the most valuable piece of content on your site would get the maximum number amount of backlinks, right? So let's say this particular content gets, let's say, 15 backlinks. Then you, in order to like distribute the backlinks power throughout to other related articles, then you need to do the internal links, which are represented by these blue lines, right, as you can see. So this again as well, right, as you can see here. and the content in the same categories or topics are interlinked together, as you can see, right? They're interlinked together to create the relevancy, right? Because when Google looks at your categories or your content, they will be able to follow along and see what are this junk's all about, right? As you can see. And this also works with all other categories or sections, right? So this again can be applied to e-commerce. It could either be your e-commerce categories, right, like product categories, or it could be one big content, right, which you are planning to build backlinks to, because e-commerce website don't get too many backlinks, right, to their products or their other categories pages. So instead, what you would do is you will create a blog articles, and from blog you would distribute backlinks to other let's say products, right? So this can also be replicated the same way as well. As you can see here, it forms a very organized in structure and very easy to follow structure. So whenever Google bots comes to your website, they can easily follow along, right? And suppose if your home page is the most important pages on your website, you can have all of other related content, right, interlinked back to the home page, as you can see, right, represented by these blue links. Or if your home page gets the most amount of backlinks, then you would have backlinks distributed throughout, as you can see here, right? You may not have to distribute them the backlinks power through internal linkings to each and every content, but you can do it through the level 2, right, level 2 site structure, as you can see. So from homepage to this particular content, and this particular content distribute to other related content, right? So hope you're getting the idea here, right? And this particular site structure is also being utilized by many of the big websites out there, right? Whether it's CNN.com, or there's one example which I wanted to show you, that is bodybuilding.com, right, which is a very huge bodybuilding, like health e-commerce website, right? As you can see, the website itself is this is the home page, right? And it is divided into 5 categories, as you can see, main categories. So proteins, performance, weight management, vitamins and health, and clothing and accessories, right? And each categories are further broken down into different subcategories, right? So everything depends on your website setup, right? It can be up to 3 level deep, 4 level deep, or even 10 level deeps. But you need to make sure that each section of your websites are interlinked together, and they're grouped together accordingly, right? As you can see from proteins, right, it can be further broken down to whey protein, weight gainers, right, casein proteins, meal replacement, plant proteins. Like all these are related topics, right? So just how I showed you here, this is a very basic representation, right? Like only 2 levels site structure, as you can see, right? So this helps improve the relevancy, as well as very organized way of how Google can follow along your site, right? So let me summarize the benefits. Number one, by having clean or organized site structure, you can equally distribute authority throughout your website, right? This is number one from the backlinks point of view. Number two is to build site's overall relevancy, right? So it helps build site's overall relevancy, as you can see, right? The home page is about bodybuilding, and then it further is broken down into different subtopics, and each subtopics are further broken down to related topics, as you can see here. So Google can clearly see the website and follow along, and knows which sections represents what, right? So this is very important as well. And thirdly, it also helps improve users experience, right? Because by organizing your website in such a way, it makes everything seems very logical, right? So users can easily navigate through your website, right? As you can see here, like if suppose I want to look for, let's say, weight management, then I can have a look and further broken down, right? It looks clean and very logical, right? And this also makes each and every page accessible, right? Not more than, let's say, 3 or 4 clicks, because if you don't organize it this way, your inner page may be, let's say, 10 or 15 clicks from your home page, right? Which makes it very bad experience for the users. So it also helps improve the overall user experience as well, right? So make sure you have a very clear and organized site structure, right? You can follow this as a basic template, and you can further expand, depends on your website setup. And that's all for the video. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comment section, and I'll try to answer them as soon as possible. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.